Hi everyone, welcome to my channel about cross stitching. My name is Sherry and I just love to use a space to talk about things that I am cross stitching and crocheting. Primarily you will see cross stitching. I do have quite a few projects that I've been crocheting since the last time I filmed, which was several months ago. I have been dealing with some various health issues, which I won't go into right now on this channel because I want to talk about cross stitching. And maybe later I'll share a little bit about what I've been dealing with in a future video. Uh, so, um, the last time I filmed, I had quite a few people to tell me that, I mean, not like hundreds of people, just, a handful of people, but it was very encouraging to me to tell me that they had been going back and watching my previous floss tubes. I thank you for that. And that humbles me because I really I don't feel like anything I have filmed has been that special, but I'm glad that it is helpful to several of you out there, and I'm glad you enjoy it. I definitely am going to try to start showing you more progress, more finishes, and I've started a lot of things. So I will be showing some of those. I am primarily, if you're new here, just to a little information about myself. I am an Aida stitcher. I like to stitch on primarily 16 and 18 count. Aida and sometimes 14 count. It used to be like all 14 count Aida, but now I love the 16 count. 16 count is probably like my sweet spot there. But I do love the 18 count when I want to do like smaller projects like to make ornaments and things like that. I enjoy the 18 count for that. Um, so Oh, I didn't even check to see what month I filmed last. I know I did a floss tube in like late January or February or the 1st of February. And I'm thinking maybe I filmed in March and I hadn't been back since then. So hopefully you'll see me more. I'm planning on being back in about 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll be around more and sharing uh, the love of the projects that I have started with you. And hopefully you'll be seeing some progress on those. You will probably definitely see me starting new things too. I used to be more of a monogamous stitcher. I would have like one bigger thing project going, and then I would have maybe like a travel project and a small project that I could work on when I just wanted to relax. But things have changed. Things have changed. And I'm not saying if I really get into a project later that you might see me work on one thing until it gets done. I actually have a project right now thinking I really need to put a lot of focus to get it done. And those of you who have been following me for a while will know what it is when I show you. I always feel like that everyone's saying, please, please get that project done. So I didn't make progress on it. I'll talk about it when I get to it after a while. Um, so we'll get through as much as we can with the time I have. And then whatever I don't get to talk about on this video, then we'll talk about on the next video. So I'm ready to get into it. So I wanted to show you a small finish that I had, an FFO actually, that I had back in spring. Unfortunately, I do not remember the book that I got this project from. It was a project I found in a book at the library. I think I might have it on my Instagram, Sherry's Stitching Nook, if you want to go there and find it. If not, I can talk about it again. I could just mention it in the next video. But I did this little finish with this little rabbit and a watering can. This little hoop finish. I did a light pink Ada. I think this was the 16 count. I think this is a 16 count. And yeah, I know it's not in there perfect, but I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it being sideways too, because I really made it to, I'm hoping later that I can have enough like little ornaments like this made to hang on a tree to change for each season. So there's my little spring finish. It's on like a jute rope. And it's actually been hanging from a shelf I have over there on a peg, and hanging down from that all spring and into summer. So I just love it. I have actually been thinking about doing this one again. I had some different ideas for it. And this is not the whole pattern for it. It actually has some more flowers out to the side this way and out from the rabbit. But I just thought it was just so cute. So there it is. And I probably maybe will try to take this out and straighten it up more in the hoop in the future. But for right now, I'm okay with it. There it is. My one little spring finish. Okay, so I just had to show you my coffee cup. My Mama Bear coffee cup. I have just some regular coffee in here, nothing flavored or anything like that, sadly. I would love to have like a nice flavored creamer or something like that. I stopped keeping the coffee creamers at home, just so when I go out, I'll grab a coffee that's flavored, and that's a special occasion for me. So, yeah, I was trying to watch some of my health things that I was putting into my body. And I know we can't be perfect with that. And, but we do, there's little things that I can definitely do to help myself. So I am just, have the plain coffee. But I'm hoping that, I say this every FlossTube, I think. I hope that this is not filming backwards. I hope, be patient with me if it is. Because my camera plays tricks on me. I'll have the settings on and it will not film correctly. So I don't know what's up with that. I just go with it. So now into the cross stitch. This next book that I'm going to show, I have like multiple projects coming from this one magazine. And I actually don't have all of them in here right now just because I haven't done any progress work on some of the others yet. But I really think it's fun to have multiple projects coming from one magazine. So this is from the October 2007 Cross Country Stitching magazine. I know there's some of you out there who really still love the patterns that come from this magazine. And I loved I I loved these when they were being published. So, as I said, I have several projects in this magazine. And the first one that I will show is called Honor and Majesty. I really don't have like a whole lot done on it since I last filmed, but I did make a little progress. So there's Honor and Majesty. And honestly, on the picture there, the colors used for this project really are, they come out a little differently in person. So there we are. And there's a Bible verse there. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Psalm 96, verse 6. So I am in this area right over here, coming over, building the fence along the way. And I think that's what's got me moving slowly, is I'm working on this fence. So here we go. I had put another post or two, I think, since I saw you last, or since I filmed last. This is a 16 count. It looks like a 16 count. Rustico Ada. So I got my little owl and my little birds. They're so sweet. So I'm thinking maybe I will keep working on the fence and try to just get a little project, progress along the way. I'm not in any hurry for it to be done. I think it will be very sweet when it gets done, but I'm just not in a hurry. So that's actually working on my side there, since I'm not in a hurry. So from this same book comes this, the keeping room, and this is so sweet. I remember when this magazine came out, I wanted to cross stitch this. There were so many things that I really wanted to cross stitch. And this was one of them. And I never did, I never stitched it. So now, fast forward however many years, and I'm thinking, you know what? I need to do that because I really wanted to stitch this way back when. So I started this, I don't know if it was in February or March, and I went pretty heavy on it for a little while, and then I got just a little bored, and I have come back to it lately. So I'll show you my progress. If I haven't already said, this is a white 18 count. Yes, it's an 18 count Ada. And let me kind of fold it together here. Here's what I have. So I am working on the quilt, on this quilt. And these colors are so beautiful in person. I know they're not like modern day, you know, very modern for us in what most of us stitch, but I just love it. I kept the colors that were called for, and I don't regret it at all. So here I am working right here in this quilt. The only thing, my heart kind of sunk the other night because I realized that I used the wrong color that was called for in the quilt section. And so the colors weren't popping as much as they should have. And I actually thought, I'm going to have to rip this out. And I thought about it for a little bit, and I thought, no, I'm just going to go on with it as is. Probably no one would ever notice if I didn't say anything. So this will remain like it is. I love the little salt box houses. I love the apple barrel or basket there. I love it. I'm excited to keep moving on with it. Like I said, I'm not in a huge hurry, so you'll probably be seeing this along the way. And I just lost the needle. Let me fix this. All right, the next thing I want to talk to from the same magazine is this True Heart sampler. Now, I do have this started somewhere, but I'm not showing the one that I have started as a whole piece right now. I actually went up in this corner and borrowed this little pattern right here I wanted to use it as a little fall pattern. And I grabbed some Aida that I apparently had coffee dyed at some point, and it's like an 18 count, like a little piece of 18 count Aida. And I haven't finished it yet because I moved on to other things, but I will be coming back to it. But it's looking so sweet. And I'm sorry, some of my projects will have threads hanging just because I stopped at some point and then came back. So, but there it is so far. And I just think it's so sweet. I took a phase there for a little while that I was starting all the 18 count little projects, little tiny things. So, that is one that I borrowed from a True Heart sampler, and I'll show that again right here. So I borrowed that, and then I do have some color changes that I'm making on some of these motifs. So when I make some progress on that, I will show it again, and I will also show this little, what I get done on this. Okay. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is a project that comes from the Cross Stitch Gold Scenery Collection. And here's what the book looks like. I still see it sometimes out at the bookstores. And there are several things in this book that have caught my attention. Absolutely love. But the one I'm working on right now, I've actually started it before and then was unhappy with the Aida cloth I was using, the color I had chosen. So I stopped and moved to another color. But this is called Harbor View. And there we go. I love it. Love it. I've shown it on previous FlossTubes. I may have gone into more detail talking about it there if you want to go back and check some of my FlossTubes out. So this is I'm going to give you the count. I meant to remember to tell you like what the count was on each project. So the stitch count is 140 high by 140 wide. And I am doing this on a kind of a blue-gray Aida. I have very little done. It's like, oh, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't up there long enough to, for anybody to be able, not any of you that would, to get the pattern. But the pink house that you see right there, that is where I started. So here we go. Very little, but you know, a little is more than nothing. It's better than nothing. So there we go. Maybe I'll get to work on that over the next month or even in the next 2 weeks when I film again. And we will see how much I can get done. This one requires, it has a lot of confetti stitching, and also there's some back stitching. So I go a little slower on those, especially if I'm working on other projects. If I am completely concentrating on one, then I can go pretty quickly. Okay. All right, y'all. The next project comes from the Just Cross Stitch 2024 issue. This has some amazing projects in it. I am working on one right now, and this, again, not very far along. It's called Land That I Love. So I love that. I am doing this on kind of, it's an antique white, I believe, because it's not bright white. Aida, a piece of 16 count Aida. And right now I have been just trying to get this little black house stitched out. And so I get really bored quickly of that. But here we are. Here we are. And this is, 140 stitches high and 107 wide. So it's not that big. It's just me being willing to stitch all that black. Okay. The next project, I'm going kind of quick because I don't have a lot of time on my phone. So hopefully that's okay. Hopefully y'all like to go through these quickly. That way you can see more projects. But the next one comes from the Blackbird Designs Winds of Autumn. And I am working on the Blooming Sunflowers project. There's really not a... Sadly, there's not like a really good picture here. So I will just show what I can. It's right there. Very cute. I did it on 18 count Vintage Country Mocha, or I am stitching it. It's not done yet. On the 18 count Vintage Country Mocha. So there's where I'm at with that. And I will probably come back around to it pretty soon. Pretty soon. Okay. This one I'm really excited about. It is the October 22 issue of Cross Stitcher magazine. And there's some treasures in these magazines, you all. So here is the, what it looks like on the front. And I am actually stitching this little village here. It's called Ode to Autumn. And let me open it up. Right here, you can see a bigger photo of it. There. Look at that little owl on top of the saltbox house. I love the owls. So, yet again, not a lot of progress. I would have loved to had a piece of fabric this color, but I didn't. But I am, let's see. Let me look at it again. I am in this area right here stitching, and that's really all I have that I have been working on, or that I worked on when I started this. So you all will get to watch me as I make progress on this. So right there, that's all I have done. Just a little bit of stitching. And that's the 16 count gray blue Ada. Okay, the next one's really exciting to me too. I love autumn stitching. Autumn is my favorite season. As I've often said, it lives in my heart all year long. And this one comes from the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I don't see it's a November 2023. So that's what the cover looks like. But this has a treasure in it. I really want more Thanksgiving type of stitching that I do that I could display in my home. And this one had a really cute sampler called Give Thanks. The designer, let me just show you her name. I don't want to mispronounce it. So there's the name. And this is what it looks like. So I am so excited to cross stitch this. I am not very far along again because I've been doing a lot of starts. So I am in this square right here, working on this little cornfield. And that little cornfield is, I mean, just looking at it, you wouldn't think that it would be a big problem. But the back stitching, there's some back stitching there that's slowing me up. But that's okay. I really want to get up to this little house or the barn, and I will get really excited at that point. So I'm just trying to get through this stitching right here to make my way over to either to go up to the house or the barn. It'll be so fun. And look at this. Here we have a little square with the turkey. It's so fun. So cute. So I have a 16 count oatmeal Ada that I started on with this, and I do have some floss hanging there, but maybe by the next time I film, I'll have some of my pieces to where you won't have to see all of that. But I do think that we stitchers all understand. But right there, that's where I'm at. So I'm looking forward to getting some progress done on this. This is one I actually would like to be able to have done for Thanksgiving. Okay. As you'll notice, I have a lot of autumn um, and mostly autumn, not really a lot of Halloween. I don't do a lot of Halloween, but some of the cutesy stuff I will do. I love. Okay, so the next project comes from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, autumn 2024. Ooh, okay, and this has just the cutest. This has so many cute projects in it. I was looking for something at the time I started this that I could just do some mindless stitching with while I was working on a more in-depth cross stitch pattern at the time. So I need to put my hand over the bottom because there's the chart. So right there in the middle, that bird, he was calling to me. So I started stitching that little guy, and I've got a lot done. This is on 14 count white Aida. I have to finish the scarf, and I have to fill in. I have one more color of fill in, I think, to do on this leaf right here. And aside from finishing up my back stitching, then I should be done with that. Maybe use it as an ornament or make a pillow or something like that. But he's a cute little guy. I like him. Okay. The next one, I actually thought I had made progress on this since the last time I showed it, but I don't think I did. But I'm going to show it anyhow. It's from the Ultimate Cross Stitch Travels book. And there's not really a picture for me to show you that's inside the book, but it's like a page of camping motifs that I had started. And this also is one I'm not in a hurry for, but it's fun to stitch. So I will just show it again. It's on 14 count antique blue Aida. At the time I got it at Hobby Lobby. So here we go. That's what I've got done so far. The tea kettle, the frying pan with the bacon and the eggs, and this little mountain scene. I am working on finishing up that. And then I will move over to this side, and there's a coffee thermos and a coffee cup that I will be stitching. So that's really cute. Just a fun project to work on. Okay, so what I see my time is running out on my phone, so I've just got like a little over a minute here. I would thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you've seen, please comment, like, subscribe, hype the video if you feel like that you would like to do that. It would help my channel get out to other people who like this type of cross stitching. And next time I will try not to be so abrupt in my ending and in my beginning. And I just wanted to just kind of jump back in and get going here. So I think I'm going to call this Let's Begin Again. Might be by description on for this FlossTube 29. But everyone, I hope will have a wonderful, if you're in the United States, a wonderful celebration of our 250th anniversary. And I will be seeing you in about 2 weeks. And Until then, be blessed and be well, and be kind to one another. Bye.